What's up, guys? I'm Nell.
And I'm KJ.
And we're the hosts of Millennial Talk.
Okay, so guys, remember like MySpace and Vine and, well, Snapchat's still around, but like, let's be honest, it's, you know, whatever they're trying to do with that. So if you're kind of getting where I'm coming from, social media failures, like Tom. I miss Tom. I miss my profile. Friend. I miss my music.
Your top 5.
My top 5. My comments, that feeling when you have all the comments and the likes and everything, when you get the like the little messages. Board. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that feeling. Oh, I miss that. And then Vine. I'm sorry, those little couple minute videos.
I was never on Vine, so I can't relate to that particular.
I love Vine, honestly. It made me laugh. What?
You okay?
I'm sorry, you gotta stop the video. I was just thinking of something because my one of my topics is social media.
That's what I was saying.
Social media life expectancy.
That's why I
basically what
remember I said I had text.
The end of it.
I had text and I said
we both at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of.
We can just keep talking. Just
okay.
Yeah, so like Snapchat and Vine. There's so many different different platforms that you can go on, but they have like just been going bye now. Bye. They have, and I don't know, like the life expectancy of these platforms, like you just never know how long they're gonna last. Because honestly, I didn't think Facebook was gonna last as long as it did.
Yeah, me either. I don't know what I thought was gonna get phased. Oh, it was gonna phase out Facebook. I can't remember, but there was something that I definitely thought was gonna come in and take over Facebook.
The only reason they're lasting is because Zuckerberg bought everything. Like, what do you mean? Because he owns Instagram too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, like, he hustled. Like, he doing that sneak tip. Like, he like, oh, I'm about to buy this. I'm about to buy this. And that's why, if you notice, Instagram and Facebook be doing that weird shit. That's why they both have the videos now. And their videos are basically the same, like the lives.
Like the
Facebook has live because Instagram has live. And then, like, he kind of phased out.
Was copying Instagram.
No, yeah, they were trying to be slick.
Same owner.
No, and then Vine got shut down because Facebook was like, Instagram was like, hey, we can make our videos longer. And then I'm just like, okay.
They took away the beauty from it though.
They did. It's like a hustle.
I think it was just creative to be able to put something together that's that short but still that entertaining and that clever.
And then now they got the boomerang things on Instagram too. So then Snapchat's like worthless. And then it's just like
and they used to have a separate boomerang app.
Oh yeah, they did.
Now it's in Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sad because I used to actually like Snapchat, but then Snapchat updated, and then I just hated it when the update happened. I was just like, what is this?
My issue with Snapchat, I think that the main reason why I stopped using Snapchat wasn't even because I liked Instagram more or used Instagram stories more, because I actually was that person that never used Instagram stories.
Same.
And if I was going to post on my story, I would post on my Snapchat story.
Yeah.
What made me stop posting on Snapchat, and I hope Snapchat sees this, but I don't like the fact that you can't change your username on Snapchat. So when I had to change my username, because I wanted all my usernames for all of my social media to be the same, so like my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Facebook, like everything is all under the same name. But my Snapchat was something that I made like, I think it was like back in like 2012 or something, before I like had like, you know, all my stuff branded. And I can't change the name, so I had to create.
I didn't even know you couldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't. So I had to create a whole new account, and people just don't really like having to follow a new account. So like trying to get people to like follow your new account. I just didn't have as many followers on my new account as I did on my old account, so I just stopped using it altogether.
See, that makes sense. It's like they kind of messed up themselves.
I use Snapchat every now and then. Like I don't actually snap anyone. Like I'll snap someone if they ask us something to talk about. But I remember I used to want to like keep up streaks and like actually, you know, talk to people, send out snaps, create stories, all these great things, but I don't do it as often because Snapchat did something, and Instagram kind of did the same thing, but it was like the way you see people's stories.
I hate
it's like I can't really pinpoint what in the world they did, but it's kind of gets so confusing to where like you look at somebody's stories and now there's ads in between them, and it doesn't really like it posts like, you know, whoever posts first, but it's like before you can see like your best friends post first because you snap them a lot, and now you don't see it that way. So like I don't know, I basically went from having like 700 people viewing my Snapchat every day to like 150, 200 people viewing it now, and it's just like I remember I used to have like so many people looking at my stories, and it felt like I had to a certain point, but like now it's like barely anybody looks at it. I'm just like, it's no point in doing it anymore. And like I don't like snapping people. A lot of people don't snap each other anymore. So it's like I have it on my phone just because like there's still some people who still use it. But other than that, like don't really use Snapchat.
See,
I
my
haven't had
issue-
Snapchat since like November.
My issue with Snapchat is they change the way they changed the format. It's like, you know, you have your section for your comments and like you snapping other people, and then everybody snaps will be in a separate section. Now it's like it's weird because now it's a lineup and then you gotta click a certain way. The whole format is just weird to me, and I'm like, I don't like this. Like I don't want to do this anymore.
The last time I was on Snapchat, because like the stuff that you're describing, I don't even know what you're talking about because it's been so long since I've been on there. The last time I was on there, one of the things that I didn't like was that before, if you wanted to look at like people's stories, like whoever, any of your friends that posted a story, it would all be like in this list, so you could go through and like click on who you wanted to. But then there was an update. One of the last updates I remember seeing before I just deleted the app and stopped using it was like, it was like people, there were people's stories in my thing who I like wasn't following. I'm like, how did this get here? Like, why do they think I want? Yeah, and it was like if I wanted to find, like, let's say I wanted to see like James Charles' story. Like I would have to go through, and it wouldn't just be at the top because like he's somebody that I watch a lot. I would have to like scroll through all the people that I don't even follow to try to find.
That's what I'm talking about, kind of
like that. That was just like, I'm done.
Well, and that seemed like that kind of annoyed me because I didn't follow any celebrities on my Snapchat. But now I'm seeing like Kylie Jenner on my.
Right.
Oh yeah, I saw that today.
I was like, if I wanted to follow her, I would follow her.
Exactly.
You know, it was like no shade to like any of these celebrities, but like there's Cardi B up there. I don't care to see her story. I don't really care to see any of these celebrity stories because I don't know.
And then my friends were like mixed in the celebrities.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not about to sit here.
Yeah.
Like, is there a search function? Like, I'm not about to scroll
No, they
through all
even,
this.
it's like weird with the search function too.
So
I
was just
watch
done with
stories
it.
anymore because of that. And then like in the same light, Instagram kind of like annoyed me with what they did because before when you posted things, it used to be in chronological order. They're not like that
Changed
anymore.
the algorithm.
It's like,
Yes.
what is it like?
The stuff that you like the most or something.
Yeah, or like what they think will be most popular or most favorite. And then they almost messed up again. Like, did y'all? Okay, I don't know how many.
When it was going sideways.
When it was going sideways, but it only lasted.
Oh my God.
Lasted 2 hours.
saw that.
But I never got the update. But everybody kept complaining about it, and I literally
saw
only
it.
lasted 2 hours.
When I like saw it, I tried to scroll down. I was like, the world stopped, closed out of my app, and I opened it back up, and I was like, oh my God.
You got the update.
And I was about to uninstall it right then and there. And I think Snapchat realized it. And I feel like they just wanted to try to see how people liked it. Like if people don't like it, change it back.
Undo. Control
Yeah.
Control Z.
Control out
Like
delete.
literally, no. When the guy from Instagram said what he said was he lied. You know he was lying. What he said was, oh, that was an error on our part, guys. It was a glitch.
How you ready to go from silent? Y'all tried it. Y'all wanted to see if we would like it, and we didn't.
So then you hurried up and fixed it.
But they lost a lot of users that way.
They did, and everybody was like, why do I have to wait? What?
Yeah.
I'm already irritated by this. I can't see what's happening chronologically. Now y'all doing this to me? Like, I'm about to delete.
Yeah, the whole Snapchat thing just is really funny to me because, like I said, I definitely did not use Instagram stories ever. I didn't look at anybody's. I didn't post on mine. But once Snapchat did me dirty and like I couldn't get all my, my followers back, whatever, couldn't get all my views back and stuff on my new account, and then I couldn't find my friends' posts in between these celebrities posts that I didn't even follow. Like I was just like, onto Instagram, post on stories, and now I post everything on Instagram, and I get way more views on my stories on Instagram than I ever did on Snapchat, even back when I had my old account. So I'm just like, RIP, sucks to suck.
See, I don't know, like, I think with all of these different social media sites, they want constant growth because you have like the users who will say, it's fine how it is. But then you have like the top level people who are like, okay, what are we going to do next? Like, what are we going to do to make this app better? They're all for continuing growth. When a lot of them need to realize it's okay the way it is.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And I think a lot of these like developers don't understand that because like the only reason I know is because like when I'm able to go to executive meetings like at my job, like I'm able to like hear a lot of the things that they want to change and do. And in my mind, I'm just sitting here like, there's something wrong with the way we're doing it right now. But it's like they want to constantly grow. And I think it's really just something to say, oh yeah, last year we had this and we grew, and because we grew our numbers by this many users. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't really think that update
had anything to do with why you.
Yeah, I think it might have been, the longevity of your app. Like, you had it for a while. People started using it. They left other apps for that app. friends have friends of friends. I'm like, oh, you don't have an Instagram? I'm going to make an Instagram now. So I think that's how you got more users, not really with you updating the app. Because it's the same thing with like even Apple. Like every time Apple updates their phone and adds something new, you have people who get upset with Apple and they'll leave Apple altogether. And in Apple's mind, like, oh yeah, we're still gaining users. It's like you're gaining like new users like from the younger generation, really, like generation Alpha. You're getting a lot of like new users from them because when they were growing up, they saw people with iPhones, so that's something that they always wanted. But you had people who are like our ages and older who had iPhones and they're tired of these updates, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Android now because I'm sick of these updates.
You know what? The funny thing about Gen Z is, my thing is, I saw a comment and one of them was like, I wish Facebook or like Instagram had this thing where you like a profile where you have your music on there and customized, and I was like, there's a whole somebody commented was like, there's a whole generation out there that's never had MySpace, and I'm like, what went wrong with MySpace?
I don't know.
What went
MySpace was the jam.
Yes, I used to have like a SpongeBob background.
I don't even know what background.
I had music videos.
I think mine was Charlie's Angels.
Oh god.
Not Charlie.
Yeah.
I really miss. We need to bring back MySpace. Hey y'all,
Bring back Tom.
let's all just make an account.
Are our accounts gone? Like, did they wipe them?
I've been trying to log in.
Okay, so basically what had happened
can't
was
remember
back when
my
I was in
account.
9th grade, I somehow locked myself out of my account and had to make a new one. And I only used it for maybe like 3 years before like Facebook and stuff came out. So that other account, I don't really care about that. But if anybody can get me my photos off of my old original MySpace, I would really love to have those photos. Even though I might be butt ugly, I just want to see them.
So
my username was
real.
King Kong, Palm, Buddha, and the Lotus. Don't ask. But that was my username. If you can find my pictures, please send them to me.
Ma'am, pause, ma'am.
What?
What? So we gonna pretend like you didn't say that?
What? Is there a problem?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
All right.
Continue.
I think mine was just my name.
Right?
Okay, look,
Mine
I was
was
like 13. Get off my back.
Do what you gotta do.
I mean, but like that's a lie. Okay.
It was a line from Charlie's Angels. Like my whole thing was Charlie's Angels things. It's something that Drew Barrymore says in the
So
movie.
you were like obsessed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
MySpace, it also could get, it also did get messy.
You think so?
It did with the top friends thing. It's just like, when you start being friends, it's like, I'm taking you off my top friends. It's like, why do you think
But
that's
that's
your
just
top
like, it's
friend?
just like Instagram will like unfollow or block. Like, it's the same thing.
So, I mean, you
I
can
will only have
unfriend them.
friends and my best
But
friends.
like, I saw this one post about MySpace. It was like, yo, like we was really out here coding and everything. And I'm like,
Yes!
we really
I had
were.
a zip on
the
my
glitter,
Yes.
the bowl, on
Yes.
the
Like it
font,
shifted,
the color.
music to
they moved
play with
around, the slide.
We were really coders at like 12.
And we really knew what we was doing. It's not like,
like,
we
if
were
I
trying
do
to
this,
I
sound.
couldn't even do it now.
And I put this
Me
phone in the
either.
I
middle.
can't do it anymore. But
But
back
like,
then, I was like,
We were the whole IT specialists.
I was in there with the C+, you feel me?
Yes.
And then you sit there and then you look back, you be like, I ain't do something. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Right, and you knew how to fix it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like these different social media platforms, I think like there's always going to be something better. But I think what really keeps what kept Facebook around is families. Because people used Facebook as a means for like
To connect with people like overseas or in other states
and then
stuff.
when people found out, like I know my mom, like she loves Facebook because she goes, oh my god, I found my best friend from high school.
My mom does the same thing.
And I'm like, okay, mom. And like she found like her ex-boyfriend from when she was in 8th grade and somebody who took her to prom.
All of that, yep.
And I'm like, all right, mom. And I'm just so happy to reconnect with them. And like my mom actually got the group together and they all went to the Dominican Republic together.
I love that.
And so like, Facebook I didn't really see that happening a lot on MySpace.
I think that MySpace, and I could be wrong, maybe I'm just saying it this way because I was young at the time that MySpace was a thing, but I just felt like MySpace was like, I just remember thinking MySpace was geared toward like me and like my friends.
I
At
agree.
the time that I got on MySpace, I was in like 7th grade or something like that, 7th, 8th grade. So I was in middle school basically. So it's like, I felt like it was for us. And then I remember when I got to like 9th grade and I first started hearing people talk about Facebook and I was like, well, what is that? And they were like, it's like MySpace, but it's for high school. It's like, it's for older kids. So I was like, okay, like now I have to mature. I have to get older, grow up. Now I'm going to get a Facebook and I'm going to be more mature.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that was the same perception that maybe like adults and parents had, was that maybe MySpace was for like
My
kids.
dad had a MySpace.
Really? Well, I don't know.
Adults did have MySpace, but I do agree with the statement that it's like, because I mean, who really like when you're older, you're not supposed to be like really. Oh, let me Chris Brown's gonna be my music.
Yeah,
Let me have a Chris Brown background.
I feel like Facebook was simpler. And it wasn't all like bedazzled glitter,
and I think that's
showy.
exactly why
a
lot of older people, liked it because they didn't have to do all that type of stuff.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, on MySpace, you didn't have to do that type of stuff.
You just weren't cool unless you did.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't fit.
It's like, you've been
Can't sit with us.
You've been in my new profile, like. So
I remember you could put things on there where you could see like who viewed your profile, or you could see like how many views your profile got.
And it was like, yep, you got a new Mario background. I had like SpongeBob.
Got that new Bow Wow song. Hey.
Yes, but like my profiles were always, my backgrounds were always like some like cartoon character. I remember one time it was like SpongeBob, but it's like always SpongeBob with like the grills in and like the gold
So you
necklace.
thought she was fresh.
Yes, and then I always have like some type of like Lil Wayne song in the background.
I knew it was gonna be something like that.
I thought that MySpace was really cool. MySpace to me, like the pages and the layouts, were almost like fashion to me, where like there were trends.
Yeah.
Like I think at one point it was really trendy to do like there were like specific quizzes. Remember how you could like take quizzes and post the results? It was like certain quizzes that were like trendy to do. So like it would be like the first thing on your page that everybody could see it. You can go on anybody's page and that'll be the first quiz that you saw. Or like it was trendy to have like glitter backgrounds at one point. It was trendy to have backgrounds that like were animated and like could move and stuff. It was trendy to have like the I don't know what you call it, but like when it would be like one picture, but it's like repeated all the way across. It was like all these different. And then it was trendy to like have like a black, like an all black or an all white, like very simple, minimalistic, monochrome background.
I will say that's where the bathroom pics came in. When the girls had the booty on the sink,
like this,
and that's how you knew. You was like, ow, like that was it.
Ew.
No, don't act like you ain't never take a bathroom pic.
I don't think I have any bathroom pictures on the sink.
You probably did, but I know what he's talking about.
I know he's talking about, but I don't think. I mean, like if you can find my page, please.
And then that's when like the peace sign was really in. Like everybody was like, you know, like yes. Like, and you take pictures with the glasses, like MySpace, you guys, that was it right there. And then there are other like different social media platforms like Tumblr.
I've never had a Tumblr, never got into it. I don't know anything about it.
I like Tumblr, posting. I loved it. But it kind of like died out. Like people still use it. But I remember the new update that made a lot of people upset because a lot of people put very inappropriate pictures on Tumblr.
Yes, I heard.
And now they have it like all shut down.
I was just watching a video. I forget who did this video, but it was just like last week. I was watching a video and they were saying that like Tumblr used to be like if you knew where to look, it was like porn on Tumblr.
Oh, it's like the what's they call it, the dark internet, the dark side of the internet,
dark web.
the dark web, yeah.
But it wasn't the dark. It was Tumblr. Like it was literally people's like profiles.
I mean,
I was like, wow, that's what I was doing on Tumblr.
Yeah, like you have some people who like. I'll say you have 5 different type of Tumblr people.
Interesting.
You have the Tumblr people who love photography and love like poetry and they'll post quotes
right there, put me over
and
there.
Photos and inspirational things. And you have people who like make stories. Those are my favorites.
I'm in that group too.
They would post like stories and like
like how
fictional
Instagram story is.
like fictional stories.
No, like fictional, like fan fiction.
Write it. Yeah,
I used to write fan fiction.
It was like the best thing ever. And then you would have the people who would use it as like a social media. Like they post pictures of themselves and like want people to like their photos and everything like that. And then you have people who wanted to have nudity on there. And those people I would have to unfollow quickly. Even if when you're on Tumblr, like say me and Courtney were like friends on Tumblr, like she could see all the stuff that I followed. And she could see like the posts that they posted.
You know who else does that too?
Really?
Yeah,
Twitter does that.
Really
Twitter does that too.
Unless you really lock down your profile. But
how do they see what
they
you're
can see?
looking at?
They can say who viewed. Like Twitter does the same thing.
It shows you who viewed what.
If you like something, I can see that you like that on Twitter.
Interesting.
I mean, you can do it on Instagram too, but you have to look at it. But like on Tumblr, you could literally like go through like if I wanted to find out what Courtney was looking at, I can go up there and it can show all the things she looked at in the past.
Really?
Yeah. So like if she wanted to be a secret, she liked to mess with girls on the low, and she didn't want anybody to know, but she followed one of those pages where it was like a bunch of naked girls, and she didn't want anybody to know. I could find out if I wanted to. I could go to her Tumblr page. But like, so like you really had to like lock your profile down because there are like 15,000 different privacy options. Like you can have your Tumblr page, and then you can have like a separate Tumblr page that has something to do with, like, this can be your Tumblr page about quotes, and this can be your Tumblr page about like nudity, and then your Tumblr page about like photos. So you have a different Tumblr page. You have to lock them all down, and you really have to put an overall lock. It was a lot of privacy.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but like Tumblr was so awesome. Like for like my favorite thing was to read the stories because people are very creative out there.
Fan fiction is my bag.
Yeah.
I still read all the time.
Yeah, you had so many great like social media. I'm just thinking of, you have Vine. Like I really miss Vine. Like Vine was it, and it really showed how creative people can be because you only had those few seconds to create this video, and like those
You had
few
to like
seconds.
tell a story in 6 seconds.
Yeah, and those 6 seconds really like. It seemed longer than 6 seconds when you watch it. You only knew it 6 seconds after you watch it 50 times. And you're like, oh wow, I ended already. But like, the first time you watch it, it's like, oh my god, I need more. You know?
It's like half of the people I follow on Instagram, like that are famous, are Viners. Like 'cause
Yeah.
they all went to
That's where
Instagram.
that's where a lot of them came from.
Same thing with
YouTubers.
YouTubers, yeah.
They all came from Vine.
Even some
And,
of like, I think the Musically people, maybe not the current ones because they're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
But the old, not even the new ones. The new
OGs.
ones are now TikTokers.
Yeah.
The actual Musically
Even though it's
users.
the same thing.
I think a lot of them came from Vine too.
True. So it's like you have so many different social media platforms that have died out, and you know, my question is.
Even like what is it, AOL, AIM or something?
Oh yeah,
Like,
AIM.
that's-
I
I never used that.
I did, and then I switched to Gmail real fast.
I did because like all my friends like we used AIM. We used to like message others.
And then there was Yahoo, too.
Yeah, that's the one I use. I use
AIM, and then I went to Yahoo, and now I'm Gmail.
I used both. I don't even remember when
I forgot all my passwords. That's the
I
thing.
mine sometime in middle school.
Because I remember I used AIM along with Facebook. Because there was like a feature on there where you could like link them both. Not Facebook, but MySpace.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes more
You
sense.
can link them with no, you can.
Facebook.
You can link it with Facebook too.
I don't know. But yeah, you have that, and
Are
then
there
I was
any
gonna
other
say
ones?
one more thing. I just had it and I lost it.
Are there more social medias or social media sites? What are they called? Social
Oh,
media.
I know what I was gonna say.
How do you say it?
I don't know.
don't
Social
know.
media platforms.
Okay, yeah, that. Are there more that have died out?
I don't know.
They're like, I mean, there are a bunch of social media platforms, and I'm on a couple of them. Like, there's one called Yubo, which
I've
is
heard of
like, it's the whole app is just like going live, and
I've heard of You Now.
you know,
I have heard of that,
and then
but I
there's
only
the
heard it
one
because of
that Danae
YouTubers.
uses that she told me to download, Meetup. But like,
But then that's funny because it's like originally a dating site, and then it changed into a Meetup.
When I first signed up for
originally-
Meetup, it was because I wanted to connect with people that were not deaf, but people that spoke or not spoke.
Oh, really?
But ASL, people that knew ASL.
See, when
I
I got on there, it was for dating, and then it started
didn't
to
even know that you
switch.
could use it for dating.
Yeah,
Wow.
it started to switch
Interesting.
into other things, and then I think they realized the dating thing
It's
wasn't
kind of like
working.
Tinder, how Tinder was originally supposed to be for dating, and then it turned into being used for hookups.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I look at Twitter, I'm like,
yeah, what's the name? But like, you have so many now, and I was gonna say like, what do you think like the life expectancy of certain things? Like, how long do you think YouTube will last?
YouTube, that's hard to say because YouTube now has like YouTube TV. YouTube also has YouTube Red. YouTube also has YouTube Original, so they're making like original content just like Netflix and Hulu are doing. So it's hard to say that, but I don't know. I think that they could go a pretty long way.
yeah, like,
I really do. If
it's gonna be a while.
they continue to make these shows, and you also have to think that the shows that they're making are a lot of them are cast with famous popular YouTubers. So the people that you're watching for free on YouTube are now in these series.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to pay for the subscription to be able to watch the shows that they're in.
There's this app that came out like very briefly. It was called I know like David Dorbick used it. A lot of like
What
people.
was it for?
I think they created it. It was like I want to say OVO or
Evo.
Evo.
Yeah, what happened with that?
What is
Because
that?
Jason was sponsoring it first.
Yeah,
and
I think they, like, created it.
it.
You
Literally
never heard
was.
of it?
They talked about it for like a month.
What
It was like it was a
and-
new Vine.
It was a new Vine, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
Really?
Yeah, like
He
I
didn't
remember.
create it, but they were a part of it.
Yeah,
and it
they
was
were.
just like,
Yeah, they were like the big people
what
on it.
happened?
And like,
to it?
I created an account. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start myself on OEVO or whatever it's called. And then I ended up like, I was like, this is weird because like the way you did it, like when you made videos, when people liked it, you got like coins for it. And when you got those coins, you could turn those coins into real money. So it's kind of like getting views or like getting subscribers, and you get money for it from YouTube.
Right.
That's like kind of like it was, but you kind of like you could see it. Like, and that kind of led me to my question about the life expectancy of these apps or these social media platforms, because like with YouTube, it's such a big banger. It'll be really hard to pull people off of that into another platform. But I was just thinking, like, what if there is another platform that someone creates that'll make it easier for YouTubers to make money, to where they don't have to go through, they don't have to jump through hoops, they don't have to watch what they say. Yeah, like all these different things, like that will.
That's why half of them have Patreons.
Because at that point, like what they would use is they would try to find the top YouTubers and say, listen, this is the app, or this is the new social media platform. You guys will get paid way more using this, and they started off. People are going to follow where they are.
Oh, definitely.
And it's going
I
to
don't
grow.
know. I feel like in theory that sounds like a plausible thing that could happen. But I think that if you were to really break it down, I think it would be really hard for a company to come up with not even come up with an idea, but to be able to afford to pay these YouTubers more than what they're being paid and still offer the viewers a free service.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the things that YouTube, because YouTube is merged with Google, a lot of the things that YouTubers can and cannot say or whatever that is kind of determined by Google and the ads that they're going to post, because companies, and I think that they would still have that same issue. If you're going to monetize their videos on some other platform, I'm sure there's still going to be guidelines on things. Because whether Coca-Cola is advertising on Hulu or whether Coca-Cola is advertising on YouTube, if Coca-Cola don't want you to say hell, then you can't say hell. Like it don't matter what platform you're on, like that. We're not going to advertise our product on a video that's talking about certain kind of things. So I think it'll be hard for a company to be able to pay the YouTubers more money, and then also lessen the stipulations. I think that would just be a really difficult thing to do. What I do think though is that for YouTube to, I think what would kill their life expectancy or like make it shorter or make them die off sooner,
if they start charging
users to watch the videos.
They are though. They're not necessarily doing it, but they're doing those memberships now, and like people are getting mad at some of the YouTubers. Some people are getting mad at the YouTubers, but then it's like,
what are the memberships for? Like, I don't.
It's like they get little icons. I forgot what the name proper term for that is, but they get little icons and they get special features, like possible merch,
does it
and like
affect
an extra video a week.
Does it affect you being able to watch the videos?
Right now, so far, it's just an extra video a month, but it might
change. Don't really think that way. I mean, it's kind of like with Hulu. Like with Hulu, like I remember you could just watch shows straight through, and now they have like a bunch of different options.
And that's how YouTube originally started. There was no ads on YouTube.
If you pay more money, then you can get ad free. And I think there's an option on YouTube. It's like if you pay this amount of money, you have to deal with ads.
It's mainly if you get YouTube Red, you ain't gotta deal with ads. But I'm not finna get YouTube Red.
And so it's just like, you have so many different things like that, and I think it turns some people off while other people are very interested in it. So I just think you just really have to, when they make these decisions, they really just try to figure out like
who can they get with it. And that's the thing. Like I feel like if it's an issue, if we don't want to pay more, like I feel like the people who opt to pay money for those memberships and things are kind of ruining it for everybody else, because if nobody paid for these things, they would stop offering them and like stop trying to make us pay money for stuff, because they're like, nobody's buying it.
But it's funny.
Once you get 1, 2, 3, 10, 100 people, it's like, oh well, some people coming over here, it must be working. And then they'll raise the prices.
And it's just like it's just being money hungry at this point.
It is. But at the same time, the way the memberships are going right now, they're not actually working. Because, okay, for example, I follow drama channels. So, like, for example, let's start with the Ace Family. The Ace Family is not, literally, their membership was supposed to be all these promises, like icons and extra videos. And they have not done a single thing. So, all their membership people have dropped.
Really?
Because they did not supply. Everybody's mad. And then their membership price, because they can all set their membership prices, was like way too high. Emma Chamberlain, for example, people are getting mad at her, but apparently the little icon things they have, she has one of the most icons out of everybody, and she's she's adding merch in there, and she's actually supplying the videos, so her $4.99 a month would actually make sense. When people are mad at her because she's doing it, but let it be known, the guy in the drama channel video said you don't have to. It's still the regular format. You just get one extra video, and the guy said you don't have to sign up for it. It's up to you to
That's what
sign
I'm saying.
up
Like, if
for it.
people didn't sign up for it, if she made that video, she gonna post it because she want the views, whether we're paying for it or not. So people stop paying for stuff that we don't need to pay for. They'll still give us the content. content that they were going to give us anyway.
Yeah, like for me, I can tell you right now, if YouTube started charging for videos, I would just stop watching.
Me too.
Like I would not pay for YouTube. Like I love it. I love it dearly. I love watching
But I ain't
videos. They
finna
crack
pay.
me up.
I watch YouTube more than I watch TV.
Yeah.
But you best believe if I'm paying for this cable package, I will definitely go back to watching cable.
Yes.
And screw YouTube if they start charging me.
Exactly, and like you're gonna lose all your YouTubers because they're gonna try to find something else. Because at that point, they're gonna start
They're
getting
going to
paid.
lose views, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of these people, like, they centered their lives around it. And the reason why another reason why I asked about the YouTube life expectancy, because you think about a lot of people who dedicate their lives to it, and it was like, if YouTube dies, and they're not one of those people who've made it into, like they're not the Eliza Koshy or like Shane Dawson, they haven't made it, then what are they going to do next? Because you have some people.
I think that's something that like Zayn and them talk about that all the time. People in the vlog squad, they always talk about like what they would do if YouTube died tomorrow, like what would we do? And some of them have backup plans. Some of them have college degrees.
Yeah.
But
And then other of them,
Some
but
of
then
them
some of
don't have
them
anything.
they don't. But then some of them, and I feel like, for example, the vlog squad, some of them actually have other talents. They just not realizing they have that talent yet. And if you just realize you have that talent, then you'd be okay. You're fine.
Yeah, like I was thinking about like the whole like Queen Naja and Chris
the music.
Sales. Like if Chris Sales didn't have YouTube, he'd have nothing.
He wouldn't, because she has the music.
Yeah, she's actually a pretty good singer.
Nothing.
But like he tried the whole rapping thing. He's still trying.
It's not working.
It's just flopping.
And then all his controversies just not helping him.
Yeah, like what he does to continue his views, he'll like
put her name and stuff.
yeah, he'll be like, what does
All the
Queen
time.
think about? What does Queen think about me having full custody of the child? And in the video, he'll mention like,
But she's not actually in it.
yeah, but like he doesn't even have full custody.
Yeah.
He'll be like, once
So
she's
he's
not in
literally clickbaiting.
it. Yeah, and
he
then
does
like
it all the
other
time.
things. What does little CJ think about his mommy having a new baby brother or sister? And it's just like it'll be like 2 seconds of him saying that. So it's like that's why I try, like some of these channels I try blocking them because I get so tired of like getting updates to them.
I be feeling you. I be blocking
But
videos.
like it's just you just have all these different like YouTubers. It's just like without YouTube, what would they do outside of it? Would they have to go back to school? Would they go back to McDonald's? Like what are they gonna do?
I mean, it's the same thing. All those people that were making all that money off of Vine, when Vine died,
They had to go somewhere else.
a lot of them went to YouTube. So I guess there will probably be like I feel like I don't know how many people do like the IGTV stuff. I know some people do, so like that might be an option. I don't know if there's money in that. I don't watch IGTV, so I don't know much about it.
It's some people are doing good for it, but I like the way I see it is like when I think about what you guys just said, I think about one person in particular. Like it's the girl that was on Bad Girls Club. I can't remember if it was Gabby or Danny, but she literally was like, I can't get bookings for TV anymore and I can't pay my bills. Can you guys help me? And everybody was just like, just get a job. Like, it's like some of them are in that mindset, like, I can't do anything else. I'm like, but you really could.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are doing other things. Like a lot of them are acting.
No, yeah, I agree, but I'm talking about
things.
the other ones that literally just like, I can't do anything else. I'm like, but you could try.
Because I mean, like, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who are like, actually very successful. There's like, what happened to all the YouTubers who game? Or all the
I think they're
YouTubers
still
who
out there.
just...
PewDiePie.
But I mean, like,
But
I'm
the
saying like...
FaZe Clan is still out there, aren't they?
No, but I'm saying like, what happens if YouTube is gone? It's like there's Twitch, but like, like, I'm not sure how they get paid on that or anything like that. Or if
I know they get paid. I know they get paid enough because Jeffree Star even got a Twitch account now, and I'm like, they must be paying you enough for you to switch to have a Twitch account now.
That's probably what happened. They probably just have to switch platforms and something else that's going to pay them the same amount of money, and they might be like unemployed or something for like a little while until whatever the next platform is takes off. But that's probably what's going to end up happening. Is they're just going to switch platforms, or they might do like more acting, more like series and stuff like that. Like a lot of them, like I know Awesomeness TV, for example. I don't know if you know what that is, but Awesomeness TV. I'm sorry, not Awesomeness TV. Go 90. Go 90 was the website that Zach and Mia was originally on before it got moved to Hulu, and there was something I think Tagged. All the seasons of Tagged were also on Go 90, and then Go 90 like shut down. So now Tagged is on Hulu. Zach and Mia is now on Hulu. So they probably would just move like where they're showing the shows.
Well, see, I'm not like I think you're talking about like you're thinking about like the bigger YouTubers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'm talking about the people who
like the little people.
Yeah, like the people that aren't making millions.
They got like 100,000
Like-
subscribers, and they're just like.
there's some people. No, there's some people who have like millions of subscribers, but like they're still living off their paychecks,
Right.
and it's not really a salary for them yet. So it's just like when they're still living off their paychecks, and they have to make a video because they know that if they don't make a video,
They can't pay their rent.
Yeah, it's like what happens to them?
Well, I think that anybody that's in that situation, because it's been said multiple times, even by the bigger YouTubers themselves,
Like anything can happen.
yeah, so like you need to have a backup plan. If you are somebody that is in that situation where, like for example, let's say you're a gamer or maybe you're like a DIYer or something. That's not like, oh, like if I can't DIY on YouTube, I'll go like DIY on Hulu. Like no, you won't. There's no show for that.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
go sit down.
Unless
like,
unless you want like them extra fancy people who are like House, then you can go to what is that House network that everybody?
HGTV.
Yeah,
whatever.
HGTV.
But that's kind of a long shot to expect to be able to make it there. Unless you're like Laura DIY, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think that if you're one of those people that has a trade that won't transition to another platform, or that won't transition to TV, movie, or Twitch or some other thing like that, then you would be stupid to not have a backup plan already set in place. Like that's just dumb to me.
It is. But I just look at a lot of these people and I don't think that they do.
Well, that's unfortunate, and that they'll have to learn. That'll be a learning process for them. That's all I can say.
It will be.
I just think if you're that person, you don't have a backup plan, you need to get one.
Yeah, because like I would never rely on like one thing. Like I have a A, B, C, and D. Okay, and some people's backup plan is like, my plan A is I never use my plan B. Well, you might need to use plan B if plan A don't work out. Okay, it's like no, it has to work out because like I watched the show called The Four, and I've seen so many people on there. They're like, yeah, I dropped out of school to be here, and like singing is my life, is my dream. And while that's all cute, wonderful, and glittery, and all those great things, when they don't make it, it's kind of like real awkward because you spent your last tuition money to come out here to pursue your dreams for you not to make it. And it's like, I'm all for people.
Always have a backup plan.
I'm all for people trying to pursue their dreams, but always have a backup plan. But yeah, social media.
Stay in school, kids.
Yes. Stay in school. Social media it's a great thing, but it can also be very dangerous if you don't have a plan B. And like it can be off of anything. It can be like if you're one of those people who want to take a break on YouTube, you really can't take a break. Because I used to follow this guy named Kingsley. I'm not sure if you...
I know Kingsley.
He used to be like so big back when I was in high school. And I think he got to a point where he just like, he lost interest in YouTube. So he stopped posting for like a year or two. And then he tried to come back.
And his views weren't the same.
He's not even getting half the views. He used to get millions of views. Now he's only getting like 100K, 80K. And it's like, while like that might be a lot for us, for him that's nothing.
You know who else is like that? Tyler Oakley.
A lot of people.
Yes, I remember him too.
He
used to be really big.
He used to be popular.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers that are like that.
Yeah, and it's like they want to take a break, and it's like you really can't take a break because once you take that break, it's like people forget about you and they move on to new things.
And like if it's a month, okay, whatever. A month ain't going to do that much, but like a year, oh, you're tripping.
Yeah, and it's like that, or even if you you go to where you're like get canceled, where you do something online and people unfollow you because of something you said or something you did. It's kind of like those things affect you as well.
Yeah,
they do, but even with that,
the cancel culture that we're
living in.
I feel like with the cancel culture though, you don't necessarily get canceled. You'll get canceled for
That's
a second.
That's true, because Jake Paul and Logan Paul are still doing just fine.
Yeah. And they knew they were going to do just fine.
Their views might not be what they used to be, but they ain't hurting for money. They good.
They're just fine.
Yeah.
So, basically, with social media, life expectancy, and what was the thing you said?
The failures, the ones that have
failures.
The ones whose life expectancy has already ended.
Yes, it's just like with social media, I think it really matters on the users, and I think what a lot of the developers, what they need to realize is, one, it matters when you know that change needs to happen, and you really need to like take sight of your competitors, because I think MySpace kind of underestimated Facebook to an extent. And when they did underestimate Facebook took over, and now they're continuing to take over. And I think MySpace really could have survived, but Facebook came along, and I can admit, like I remember when Facebook first came along, it was very bland, and it was nothing appealing about it. But Facebook found out what we liked, and
catered it to their audience.
Exactly, and now it is what it is. So it's just like I think a lot of the developers really need to know their audience and know how to keep them there, and don't try to become greedy, because when you become greedy you will lose users, and when you use losers you don't have a platform anymore, because we make your platform. So I think that's really important in really understanding the life expectancy of your. I'm up here talking to these people like I have
the wisdom.
Like I have a background
You got
in
the
it or
juice.
something. But like I'm just saying from a user's point of view, like I know that when I don't like things anymore, I will leave it because it doesn't pay me. It doesn't help me. Like if you're trying to take money out of my pocket and for something that I have to evaluate. Okay, do I really need this? Because I'd rather buy a cheeseburger with that money. So like I don't need that. I'm gonna go buy my cheeseburger and I'll go do that instead. And that's that. Because it's like that with Netflix too. Like Netflix, I love Netflix, but if y'all get out of hand, like if they get to the point where I have to pay like $30 a month for Netflix, I would drop Netflix.
If they get to the point where I'm paying $20, I'm out.
If I have to pay that much money, they better be throwing in some extra stuff. Like that better be like my phone service,
yes,
my internet, like everything better be included in that.
Yes,
package.
because like if it's just this, because like they keep going up in price, like just creeping by a little bit more each time. And that's what Apple did too. Apple, they had the first phone. I remember the first phone. It was like $100 to get it.
And now it's like 1,000.
Yes, and it's like every year they went up a little bit more. They're like, oh, the new iPhone 3 is only it's only $300. And they're like, oh, this one's $500. Okay, this one's $1,000. And it's just like, I think the most I've ever spent on the phone is like $400, $500. And like, cause I don't like to do the whole pay for part of the phone and then pay monthly on the bill. Like I don't do that. I buy it straight out. Period. Because I don't like to have a high bill. So it's just like if it gets to the point where I can't, like I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a phone, then I'm just not going to get it. And that's that. There's no other way for me to do it. Like I'm thinking about getting the new iPhones, but I'm going to trade my other ones in, and it'll bring the price down, so about $400 for me, and then I'll spend that. Otherwise, I will not do it. But yeah, basically, social media life expectancy, all these different platforms. It really depends on your users, your following, how you keep them updated, and all of these different things that can go into it. So I think it's very important to love your users so they'll love you back.
I like that statement.
Yeah. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down below because we're talking about social media. What are the social media sites that
I feel like we missed something.
What are we
Yeah,
missing?
if there's something we missed that have died out, or some that are still around that you're still using, take us down memory lane if they're old ones, or like updates. Like maybe there's some new ones out there that we don't know about. Like let us know about that down below, and let us know what you think is life expectancy for different, not even just YouTube, but all these different. Snapchat. Like Snapchat, as far as I'm concerned, Snapchat been dead for like the last 6 months, but there are some people that are still using it. So
like Bad Baby has her new little TV series on there.
Really?
And she on her first episode, she got over 1 billion views.
You can put episodes on Snapchat?
Yeah, it's well, I actually seen where there's one season I actually watched.
Interesting.
It was like about like mermaids and stuff, and I love mythical creatures. Anyway, doesn't matter. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the video, and make sure you hit the little notification bell so you can get a notification every single time we post a new video. All right, guys. Bye.